we've heard all these injunctions and um, prescriptions from different traditions, and sort of just the whole world of psycho-spiritual self-help, the whole nine yards. Different injunctions, different things that we're invited to develop and cultivate and create more of in our lives. And we seem to have natural aspirations for many of those qualities and characteristics, to be sure. What's so astonishing, though, is that these things that we're hearing as prescriptive are really actually descriptions of the way this already is. And that's really, that's the most powerful thing we could discover. In this sense, the reality of experiencing itself, of what's here, what's appearing, is the great master of these qualities that we, as the individuals we perceive ourselves to be, often are aspiring to bring forth into our lives. They're already full force showing up as life itself. So, for example, we have this aspiration to open more, right? To become more open, to become more open-hearted, more open-minded, to open ourselves to what's here, right? So just feel for a moment the way experience itself, what's present here, we can call that this, is by its very nature open. That if you look at what's here, if you feel the presence of what's here, you won't find some stopping point. You won't find some end. You won't find some wall, some barricade. In experience, you don't find that. You find complete openness. So that's curious. We're searching for it, right? And here it is. This moment is absolute openness. Nothing blocking in the way of anything else. And feel that. Feel the way experience is like that. Sense that openness. It's just here naturally. Across contemplative traditions, we hear the injunction to be more present, right? To be more here, to be in the moment. So again, let's look and see at what's here, the reality of what's here, the flow of experiencing. And its very nature is presence, isn't it? The presence of this moment is absolutely effortless. It's not going to become more present by anything we might do. Its presence is its very nature. Being in the moment, as opposed to what? Here we are. Here this moment is being. That's reality, the master of being in the moment, because its very nature is being right now. Being here. I remember hearing Bill Moyers interviewing Joseph Campbell, the mythologist, about what human beings are wanting, and are they wanting a sense of meaning and purpose? And Joseph Campbell said, no, I think what human beings are longing for is a sense of being alive. Look at reality, pure aliveness. It's already absolute aliveness, isn't it? How much more aliveness do we want? Bursting forth with aliveness, the moment is, isn't it? We could say the moment is a very bursting forth of aliveness. Each instant is aliveness appearing. Psychologists talk about human beings seeking novelty. We crave novelty. Look at reality. Its very nature is novelty in every instant, isn't it? It is new in each instant. It never repeats itself. So it's already accomplished. Novelty does not need to be searched for. It's showing up in each moment, pure novelty. It's never the same old, same old. It is not. Just look and see. Humans often feel that they need to get better at letting go of things, right? Releasing things, not holding on to things. Fair enough. Again, let's look at reality. The flow of this moment, the flow of experiencing itself is absolute letting go in each instant. The moment lets go of itself. Everything that appears, every thought, feeling, and sensation lets go in its very appearance, effortlessly. That is reality's nature, to let go. Humans seem to be searching for a sense of wholeness, a sense of completeness, a sense of fullness. And here is reality, absolutely whole, a singular reality. The wholeness is already accomplished. It's already the case. And in that wholeness, there is completeness. There is nothing lacking because the wholeness is inclusive of everything, so there can be no lack. Nothing is missing. This is the fullness of reality. In every instant, what is lacking? The spiritual aspirant is often seeking awareness, seeking awakening, seeking greater consciousness. And here is reality. The reality of this moment is the reality of consciousness, knowing this moment, right? Here it is. Reality is awake, awake to itself. This wakefulness pervading the entirety of the field of experience. The wakefulness appears as each appearance is the appearance of wakefulness. Consciousness knowing itself as that moment. A thought appears, consciousness right there appearing as that thought, being recognized, becoming visible. The luminosity, right? It's just absolutely the very nature of this is luminous, wakeful. curious, isn't it? All these things we're looking for, here they are, as a very flow of perceiving itself, very flow of experiencing. As spiritual seekers, the world over, we are looking for that sense of oneness. You know, this is what yoga means, is the union of the soul with spirit, the union of the human with God, to discover that. And again, is that a prescription or a description of the way reality actually is? Is there something to do to become one with reality? Or are you reality? Are you absolutely an expression of this reality? Well, of course you are. Everything is its expression, which is why there is just one reality, one power and force appearing as everything. So the oneness, the indivisibility, the inseparability is not something for us to take steps to get ourselves closer to or realize, but rather simply to see that this is reality's nature, is indivisible. Feel that feel the indivisibility of this, that you cannot find division. It can't be found. And then we hear further in so many of the traditions that, well, we can recognize that indivisibility, and then we must learn to abide as that indivisibility, right? But again, it's a bit like the wave saying, I must learn to abide as the ocean. I am the ocean. The ocean abides as itself, right? So reality's natural state is abidance. It is itself. It is itself right now. And it may sound like I'm speaking about reality as it's something other than us. It's like, no, reality is you. You are reality. We seek equanimity and ease, right? It's a deep human longing to be at peace. Again, look at reality. There's one thing, one ocean, one field, one sky, there's no word for it, one indivisibility. And so there's complete ease because there's nothing crashing into anything else. There's nothing colliding with anything else, nothing in conflict with anything else from the reality's seamless perspective. Its nature as one thing. So feel the way in which that seamless flow of experiencing is completely at ease with itself. It is itself, being itself perfectly. It's not struggling with itself, it's being itself. That's the equanimity. Each expression is it being itself in that instant in perfect equanimity. Equanimity is not some state to get ourselves into. It's the very nature of the ground of this, the very nature of this flow of reality. We hear in psychology these days and also in spirituality, in the kind of mixing together of those two, which we see more and more of, a lot of emphasis on acceptance. And then there's also, books written about how to become more accepting. Look at this that's appearing. This appearance in this instant is the most radical, you could call it acceptance, but it's probably not the right word. But this moment is allowed by its very nature. Reality is is being this, and in the being of this, it is allowing this expression, obviously, because here is the moment. The moment's accepted. Anything we might do to accept the moment is way downstream from the already accomplished, complete unconditional acceptance of reality as it is. See, again, reality is the master of all of these things that we imagine we must do X, Y, and Z to get better at. And we partake of this reality. We are its expression. We are this aliveness that is alive, that is fully empowered, fully whole, fully complete, absolute equanimity and ease and indivisible and whole and awake and boundless and open. And always abiding. Always new. Always at rest within itself. At the same time, explosively expressive and alive and dynamic. Both those things simultaneously and beyond those ways of speaking about it. It's only our defining of what's here that leads us to believe that those qualities are somehow missing. But simply feeling what's here, it can be revealed that all those things that we're looking for, those qualities and characteristics that we aspire to bring forth into our lives, are the very nature of what's here.